Hey everybody, it's Brandon from Brando Drum VR, here to talk about the new Nesting Magnigrip, more of an instructional video this time. I kind of talked about all the cool features in a little teaser. There'll be a lot more content on this, but these are starting to ship, so I want to get some instructional content up here. There's not that much to it, but I do want to explain the process of converting it from Quest 2 to Quest 3/Quest Pro, and it has to do with how the front grip gear aligns. If you bought a version without the front gear because you're using the forearm brace, you could probably disregard a lot of this video, but I will be covering, what all the different pieces are for as we go through. So the main difference between Quest 2 and Quest 3/Quest Pro, because those two are the same in this regard, are what the software considers the front dead center of the controller. And this all pertains to when you have a front grip attachment like you see here. It needs to be in line with where the front of the controller is, because that's kind of where your in-game firearm is going to be. So this is a Quest 2 version, and I have it aligned for a Quest 2 version. And just to kind of show you, Quest 2, it's much more linear. The contour of the handle, you can see it's where the skinny is, that's considered the direction of the grip. The trigger, while offset, is in line with that, and the software treats it that way as well. So you need to have my front grip come straight off the front of the controller in this manner. So a quick highlight on this. This grip is configured for a right-handed Quest 2 controller. You can see in the opening for the controller itself how the contour of the handle, mainly this left side, is roughly in line with that front gear. And that's, that's exactly how it's going to ship when you order it for that headset with the front gear. I'm going to already have it pre-configured. So I have a little bit of a shim in here. Quest 2 is a little bit funny. It's a less expensive product, and this ring inside of here, it might even be adhesive backed. I have found there's slight variations between headsets, not much. So you may or may not need this shim. As with my headsets, and I have access to 3 or 4 of them, and I've cross-tested. This seems to be the most consistent setup, at least the way that I configure my front grip, is it needs to be shimmed slightly to get a little bit more in line with the controller itself. Cool thing about this is you can take it out and you can play with the alignment. It's basically this washer, which is the same type of washer that I use across the entire gun stock. You'll have a couple of these when you install this, because when you install this plate on the gun stock itself, you take out the washers. But of course, I'm shipping it with one for you. And then this gear itself is also angle adjustable. So when you upgrade between a Quest 2 to a Quest 3, it's an easy process. I will cover that upgrade configuration process in a moment. Let's talk about the Quest 2 package, which is everything you see here, minus the controller, obviously. It's the mounting plate system for your gun stock, for your body, or for the belt that I ship with it. And then it also has this little thing right here. Sorry about that. So this is just a strap spacer. Just kind of came up with this the other day. It's really a comfort thing, and it's optional. But what it allows you to do is get this strap more over your knuckles, depending on your hand shape. So the strap goes right over the controller ring. It didn't used to. I actually made this ages ago on an old version to put the Velcro strap on the ring, because I thought that blocking off a portion of the ring would affect tracking. It does not. So blocking off one light, that's not going to be a problem. But from a comfort perspective on this grip, you might want it further back. So that's what I'm using this for now. And it's optional, and it doesn't block any tracking. You just have the Velcro strap blocking a little bit of tracking, which does not affect performance whatsoever. Tested over many hundreds of times now. So yeah, that's Quest 2. So with Quest 3, of course, this gear will be adjusted, and I'll tell you exactly how that will be adjusted for those orders. but it also comes with this instead. So instead of that Velcro ring adapter, it comes with a Velcro, instead of the Velcro ring adjuster. On Quest 2, the Quest 3 version, and I'll put this in frame, comes with this. Now, I do recommend something like what you see here, an active strap style knuckle system with a removable ring. Don't get the type with the integrated bottom strap on the battery cover, at least not for the magnetic grip. You need this removable because you need to basically have a naked controller on the bottom. We'll touch on this in a minute in a little bit more detail. Let's just talk about the ring. I've covered this in many videos, but same process. And this, again, you know, in an ideal world, it would all be like kind of an integrated thing. I'm dealing with 3D printing, so I want to maximize strength. And this is the way I've decided to address that. Have a ring that snaps over the face of the controller. I've taken a lot of time to make sure it's blocking 0 of the tracking lights, which means I need to have a little bit of overlap here. For people with big hands, it can be a comfort issue. So I'll reiterate, if that's the problem, don't complain, because you can pick up one of these types of things for like $6.99 on Amazon, and it's far more comfortable than the ring if you have big hands. I like the ring adapter. Obviously, I invented it, so it's definitely adjusted to how my hand sits. So I play with this all the time. Very simple. You do have two kind of adjustment choices. The default setting, you come up through the strap slot, and then you put it around your knuckle. Easy as that. If you need it a little bit tighter, because you have a smaller hand or something, or how you play, you can go back behind the arm all the way, and then down through the strap slot, and then you have a bit more tightness over your knuckles, and that feels great too, to me. So I kind of have a medium-sized hand. So that is how the Quest 3 controller snaps into the grip. Now let's talk about the alignment of the front gear. So this is currently set up for Quest 2. Quest 3, simple process. We're going to remove that washer. Okay, a little bit of baking show magic. Remove the washer. It's no longer in there, so it's just mounted directly. And I'll point out, this is a solid chunk of plastic in here. Get this nice and tight and snug. You can even glue it on if you want. The reason it's a separate print is, you know, of course, for the modularity, but the main thing is it needs to print in a certain way to get this gear adjustment. So again, with Quest 3, remove the washer, and then we're going to adjust this one notch out towards the outside of your body. This is a right-handed version, so one notch out to the right. And that is the alignment for Quest 3. And if you're ordering the Quest 3 version, I will already have it configured that way. One notch out to the outside, so to the right if you're right-handed, to the left if you're left-handed. And that'll get all the front grits stuff nice and aligned for you. Now, there are additional adjustments like rotation and things that might change that alignment a little bit. And that's why you have the adjustable gear, and you also have a shim to play with. And about those shims, so I don't ship a washer with Quest 2, at least not currently, but you will have them, because when you go to install, and I'll use this one as an example, when you go to install the mounting plate, you take out the metal washers that this comes with. So you're going to have 2 spare washers, assuming you haven't lost them. And you don't really need the washers in general, so say you did lose them, steal them from somewhere else, it's not going to make a difference. It's really the reason I use them is to try to get the bottom of the bolts to not stick out. I like them nice and flush. So anyway, to install this, pretty simple. I don't think I need to go through the whole process. You're just going to align these holes, and you're going to install just like so. And while this is an earlier version, you get the idea. The mounting plate goes just like this, and has a lot better looking Velcro than what I did on my early prototypes. So yeah, that's the difference between Quest 2 and Quest 3/Pro. There might be compatibility with Rift S. Those handles are practically the same as Quest 2 and 3. So if you have a Rift, let me know. I'll cut you a deal so you can be a tester. We can see what the alignment and fitment is like, and we can go from there. I'll also reiterate, with Quest Pro, I don't use those. It's such a small percentage of the market. I mean, really, maybe it's a very seldom few people have Quest Pro. I know it has that coating on the controller, so you know, need play testers for Quest Pro as well to make sure the grip, you know, doesn't damage it, and fits appropriately, and it's easy to make adjustments and get you a different version if we find that that's the case. So Rift Quest Pro users, I'll give you an exclusive coupon to be kind of a play tester, because all of this has been tested around Quest 2 and Quest 3. Anyway, that's an explanation of the things that you get and the differences between the different versions. I appreciate your time, and as always, you can find me on Discord, you can find me on Etsy chat. I am quick to respond to answer any questions. Thanks.